time of year, I like to try to find a game to get cozy with and just relax to. I thought this year, that could be Knight's Journey of Dreams. So let's try that. Knight's Journey of Dreams was developed by Sonic Team and published by Sega. This game was originally going to be Air Knights for the Dreamcast, but with the struggles of the Dreamcast and Yuji Naka's rumored reluctance to even develop a sequel, we didn't see this game come around until the Wii, and Sega had become a third-party seller and developer by then. This span of time caused a lot of issues for the development of the game. With Yuji Naka eventually leaving Sega, the development fell to Takashi Iizuka, but the scattered decisions in the company's time would lead to this game having a lot of issues. The game has you selecting one of two characters, William or Helen, as they explore the world of Knightopia.
My name is Knight. Let me tell you, you'll have a much better time flying around with me than chatting with this old owl. So how about it? Want to duelize with me and try your hand at flying around?
Each child can duelize with, and basically fly with knights. This pretty much becomes the premise of the game. You'll notice a stark contrast between the pre-rendered cutscenes and everything else. I don't know why, but the kids' models look heavily pixelated, whereas Knight's model is pretty decent. Little oddities like this are rampant throughout the game. The gameplay mirrors that of the original game, where you fly around through rings performing acrobatic stunts while facing foes and completing objectives. Controlling and flying around with Knights is actually really satisfying. The simple act of gliding through rings smoothly and precisely is a major plus. However, playing with motion controls doesn't really do it justice, as the overall feel of it can be really jittery. Luckily, you do have the choice of just using a controller, which I highly recommend. Unfortunately, that is about all the praise I can give this mechanic. Despite the feeling of freedom flying can give you, it will immediately become apparent that this is limited because your flight path is set on a rail-like system instead of being able to fly around in a 3D space. And that sucks. The world is expertly crafted in artistic wonder, and it's a shame you can't explore and take it all in while in this mode. Well, that's pretty disappointing. This game does have platforming, so maybe that'll turn it around. It does not. The game tries to give each character some significance. Both Helen and William are imbued with Idia, an energy source of Knightopia that can help save the world or cause immense destruction. This powerful energy allows them to do this! Neat. This is about the extent of their usefulness. Even the platforming in general really feels kind of simple and overall a little too easy. Actually playing the game has Knights immediately getting captured and immediately rescued.
Yes, listen to your elders. You're just a helpless little girl after all.
You duelize with Knights, breaking them free from this cage so you can hunt down these birds, grab these keys, and unlock the cage that you were already out of. And if that was too confusing for you, too bad, it's time for a boss battle. Yep, with no more context, you're up against a giant fish creature. And that's not editing, folks, that was the exact amount of time I had to figure out what to do, which the game does poorly to explain to you. Figuring out what to do in this game can sometimes be the game itself. Try not to run out of time or you'll have to restart. And I don't mean the boss battle, but rather the entire segment before the boss battle. Don't worry though, you won't be doing it a lot as this game is generally pretty short. Each character gets 3 doors with 5 missions in them, that are all pretty short and all pretty much have the same thing, because each door you go into has the same result. Knights gets captured, and you have to rescue them. The context in which it happens is even just seemingly random. This game's calling card seems to be giving minimal context to anything that's happening. It's just frustrating to me because this game has such an interesting concept to work with, rather we just get the same random event after random event. And the 2 characters themselves are pretty dull. William wants to be great at soccer, and Helen wants more time to play with her friends and not spend all of her time with music. And these are goals and ambitions that could have been expanded upon in the dream world, but no, it was mostly tired segment after tired segment.
Didn't I tell you? Knightopia is a world that mirrors the heart of a visitor. That means it was your heart that created this place. Helen?
Yeah, Helen. I really wanted to like this game, and the potential was there, but the execution was poor and it was glaringly obvious that development was rushed in some areas. This could be due in part to the state Sonic Team and Sega in general were in. I would love to see this game tried out again, especially with how far technology and even remakes in general have come. I feel that in this day and age, Sega is more level-headed, realizing that their potential lay farther than solely relying on the appeal of a certain blue hedgehog. It's time to start from the ground up with Nights, and this time do it with love. Really touch on every aspect of the game's ideas, from its story to its visuals, and for the sake of all that is fun, please make Nights able to fly around in a 3D space, free to explore the wonderfully crafted world around them. Well, if there was one thing to keep, it would be the game's phenomenal soundtrack. I'm serious, the soundtrack for Journey of Dreams is simply amazing, ranging from songs that capture the essence of a cool night, to the high energy tracks that really fit the mood. I hate coming across that I think this is a truly bad game. There are things I do love about it. I think the visuals are great in areas, and I don't hate the characters. I just feel more involvement between dreams and their daily lives would have added more value. And it's like the game is almost there. The flying is really fun, and they do go on to add some interesting power-ups. And there actually is a part where you can fly around in a 360-degree area, and it's fun. Just incorporate that more into the game, and even keep the rail mechanics, but have it in segments instead of making it into a major part of the game. Deep down, I know this game could be good. I just hope one day Sonic Team sees that too. Well, I guess this wasn't the relaxing, cozy game I envisioned it to be. Well, at least there's always snowboard kids. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. Was I too hard on this sequel to Nights, or do you think I was justified? Let me know in the comments, and leave a like and subscribe if you like what you see. And as always, keep it practical.